My brother would love them.
Good morning, class.
Greetings, Mentor.
Good morning.
Let the learning begin.
Many other cultures dress
We've reached the proper moment in your training to discuss the Ventari tablet. Nothing is more central to our culture and our virtue.
The animal doesn't need
Who would like to describe their thoughts on the first tenet of Ventari's tablet?
It says, live life well and fully and waste nothing. Ventari loved us, and so we should love ourselves. He's telling us we're worthy of life. We shouldn't waste our lives or ourselves. We should give our all.
I cannot argue with that. Well done. Who will interpret the second of Ventari's tenets for us?
The second tenet says, do not fear difficulty. Hard ground makes stronger roots. In other words, that which is gained through difficulty is a better prize than that which is gained easily. With opposition, we discover strengths we didn't know we had. The prize thus doubles in value.
Excellent answer. The third of Ventari's tenets says, the only lasting peace is the peace within your own soul.
I know this one. It means that nobody else can make you happy. Only you can make you happy.
It also means that no matter how far you travel, you can never get away from yourself.
The fourth of Ventari's tenets states, all things have a right to grow. The blossom is brother to the weed.
They can grow, but what about when the weeds start choking out the flowers?
The right to grow isn't the right to kill. Brothers are not parasites. They grow side by side.
And if the weeds start choking flowers, you pluck them.
That'll do. Thank you. Never leave a wrong to ripen into evil or sorrow. What does the fifth of Ventari's tenets mean?
If you've wronged someone or they've wronged you, don't leave it there. Extend your hand in either apology or forgiveness, and keep extending until the wrong is made right.
Act with wisdom, but act. What's the meaning behind the sixth tenet?
That's obvious. The fastest route to failure is to do nothing at all.
It's more than that. When you choose not to act, it's still an action. The choice is the action. Therefore, I think what it's saying is to think about what you're doing and choose wisely.
The last of Ventari's tenets is often misunderstood. Who would care to discuss it?
It says, from the smallest blade of grass to the largest mountain, where life goes, so too should you. It means that there's a big, wide world out there, just waiting for us to come and explore it.
But it's also referring to the magical world, which is more internal, yet no less big.
There is no greater mystery worth exploring than the self.
Excellent, novices. You have performed beyond my expectations today. Go now. You've earned your rest.
Despite the signs of long-ago death, the slumbering ruins felt somehow alive, the hush and whisper of the tide below the cliff rising and falling like a sleeper's breath. Something low and shadowy, stinking of brine, cast a slender shadow among the crumbling rocks. Caledon watched it pass between the tilted walls and fragmented arches that must have been a chapel, saw it flicker where an altar once stood, marked where the shadow vanished away. Are you prepared? Niamh murmured softly behind him, her frond-like hair rustling in the cold breeze. She drew her sword and checked its edge, finding it keen. Eager, silver eyes met his dark gold gaze. It is time to strike. Two others of an even younger generation than Caledon stood with her, both, like them, members of the Cycle of Noon. Caledon stepped away from the little edge on which he'd been crouched. They are ready for us. We must move cautiously. Together they crept down onto the beach and into the ruins, and there they found their quarry. Caledon's sword cleaved a crate in two with a single stroke. He spun the weapon expertly behind his back, blocking another creature's claw before snapping down to slice away the extended hand. A Krayt sorceress's unblinking eyes widened as she wove a thaumaturgic web of slaughter, and 2 of the Sylvari died in her flame. Fiercely, Caledon leapt toward her, his blade tearing through the Krayt's flesh. He left nothing behind but scale and scream. When the Krayt were dead, Niam and Caledon stood in the centre of the ruined chapel, blood on their blades and fierce smiles lighting their faces. A sound caught his attention, and he raised a hand for silence, slipping forward to the place where he had seen movement from above. Caledon tilted the altar aside, and the sound grew louder. Beneath the stone lay a cave, long ago flooded by the advance of the sea. There, in a sea cavern below the ruins, Krayt lay in hiding, unperturbed by the icy waters. But these were not warriors. This was a hatchery, filled with Krayt eggs and terrified young. He raised his sword to continue the extermination. "Caledon!" Niam said sharply. Caledon paused, looking at the leader of his cycle in confusion. "Leave them." "But they are Krayt. They are children." "Children." He frowned, for the word had little meaning. "You mean they are small?" "They are small, but they are Krayt. They will grow up to be large Krayt, and then we will kill them. Why not kill them now when it is easy and when they are undefended? It seems the wisest course of action. Otherwise, we risk losing more Sylvari lives when these return fully grown." "We must take that risk to give them a chance to change their ways," the firstborn said. "All things have a right to grow. The blossom is brother to the weed." Soberly, she put away her sword and pushed the altar back. Beneath it, Caledon could hear the snake scrambling, splashing away into the ocean tide. Again, the firstborn quote the tablet when I ask for logic, he growled beneath his teeth. I do not agree. Alright guys, welcome back. It's the big one. We are here with our happy red balloon, ready to figure out what's going on with this supposed mirror, an Orient artifact that washed up on a beach. We're actually back in Brisbane Wildlands, but in some of the more Sylvari-centric areas of the map, and quite near Mount Nashington over there with the Skrit nearby. So let's check this out, continue our story. Mirror, mirror. We got a ton of minions. I think we're pretty much A-okay. I love that art of the Skrit. Jesus Christ. Okay, so, what have we got? Well, some Moa around, some Fireflies. The mini-map seems to suggest we need to go quite far away, and...
Running! Running! Keep running!
Oh my goodness, I had to go away for a second there to get my headset on, and I now notice that there's tons of Skrit running past. And look at these, loads of Skrit foragers. Where did you guys come from? So these guys are bringing raw materials from regular Tyrian areas into the mountain. So I love this kind of moor, this cave that we end up walking inside here. It seems so dark. Oh, look!
You, rat! Give us the mirror you picked up on the beach.
Mirror? Kispik doesn't know mirror. What is?
Big, rectangular, silver. You can see your reflection in it. Have you seen it?
Wait. Maybe? Yes! Follow!
I like how he knows what a reflection is. This is cool. So we got this whole crew going on here. Lara, Tegwin, Karis, and us.
Do not forget, gather all the things.
Gather all the things. The Skrit are brilliant. So here we see what happens. I think where we're actually about to walk to is the single largest congregation of Skrit in all of Tyria.
Is mirror?
No, Kispik. That's a statue.
Probably stolen, too. It's not as if the Skrit are sculptors.
Not stole. Found. Follow me. Maybe mirror is over there.
Okay, or at least that we can see in gameplay. What is this statue, this bust actually of? I think that is supposed to be a character from somewhere. I've definitely read some speculation threads about this before. Maybe someone in the comments will remember. All right, so anyway, sorry. Oh my God, they're running ahead so quickly. Skrit, slow down, Jesus Christ. So yeah, we move in, you see all these pieces of assembled material that the Skrit have just taken together as they've slowly built up.
Quick, from here to... Yes!
From here to where? What are you guys talking about? They should, in theory, get smarter as they move closer to others.
Mirror, maybe?
Those were golems, you gibbering ball of fur. Now they're just junk.
No, Kispik, that's not the mirror either. It's silver and shiny.
Follow. We go deeper.
They're just going to take us through all these ridiculous things. I like how Lara's actually working on the golems here. Like, she's annoyed that they've become junk. I'll see you later, Lara. Oh, look, she actually revived it. That's so cool. Look, she's rebuilding them. I didn't realize she does that.
You, here. There. Now we go.
Okay. Do you guys have a mirror down here? Look at all this junk.
Now I can remember. Here. This is the mirror you were looking for?
Yes, that's the mirror. Can we have it?
We can offer it in trade. If you fix these golems, the Skrit will give you the mirror. We want the golems to defend our home against the fire creatures. Is it a deal?
Fire creatures? Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good.
Strange. It sounded like Kispik suddenly became smarter. Is such a thing even possible?
More than possible. That's how Skrit operate. When they're alone, they're dumb as an electrocuted rock. Get a few together, and their intellect improves.
Oh, wow. I wish Sobari got smarter like that.
Well, they kind of do.
Me too, Fluffwit. Especially right about now.
Are you sure you can repair those golems, Laura? They look like a total mess to me.
Of course I can. But listen, I don't see why I should waste my time to save a horde of shiftless scavengers. We're better off if the destroyers wipe out these thieving Skrit.
You're getting ahead of yourself. First, we see if we can even fix the golems, and then we figure out what to do with them.
Fine. Get out of my way, you soft-hearted artichoke. This'll be a snap. Search this squalid pit for the golem parts. Maybe I can make something out of them.
Alright, so we are ultimately underground. The Skrit are a subterranean race, just like the Asura who've come to the surface, and races such as that tend to find themselves being harassed by destroyers, by the minions of one of the Elder Dragons, Primordus. That was the first of the dragons to awaken. Now, I'm racking my brain, and I don't believe, so far in the 40 videos we've done, that we've actually seen any destroyers just yet. So this, hopefully, will be a first, unless there's some, like, very minor moment that I'm forgetting somewhere. But, yeah, there's an impending attack coming, it seems. Tegwin, what do you have to say? She says, interesting. The Skrit know that these golem parts are important, but they have no idea what to do with them. What do you know about destroyers? She says they're minions of the dragon Primordus. They come from underground, as mindless and destructive as Zaitan's undead. That's awful. What are these golems and where did they come from? Probably scrap parts from Asuran caravans. That or golems sent here to harass the Skrit. Well, that makes sense. A few of them have already been rebuilt. Karis here. A real golem? Sometimes they trundle by with caravans along the village road, but I've never seen one up close. Don't get too excited. This might not even work. Oh, these guys are actually running by. Why has he got a quest marker on him? Part carrying Skrit. Golem important. Must fix, must fix. Destroyers coming. Golems must help, must fight. Relax. I just need that bauble to fight the destroyers. This is the honorable way of doing things. For true? Okay, it's yours. You fix golems, yes? Make Minas Hallows fix. I will, and thank you. Yeah, this Lara here. Why was I calling her Lursa? That's so strange. That's a freaking female Klingon. Lara basically advocated having these just murdered by the destroyers there. That's kind of interesting. But okay, so we got a part from one of the Skrit. Did you need this to rebuild here?
Aha! A quasi-phasic reactor. This'll do nicely.
Nice. I think we managed to skip a little bit of here. So golem parts collected 1 out of 4. We got 1. Now, if you look at my mini-map down here, you see some big green rings that give us a suggestion as to parts that might be in the area. So we just got to look through basically this giant junk pile that the Skrit call home here. And you'll see down here there's actually a golem arm. It's kind of funny playing this now because there's been so many periods throughout this game's development that you build golems and stuff. Including one of the most recent 2018 patches has a thing where you're collecting golem arms and stuff. Lara.
These golems are barely functional. We'll be lucky if they don't tip over, explode, or tip over and explode.
Okay. I really like this as well, because if you're a player of... What does she just say when we don't have anything, by the way? She says, I can fix these buckets of junk, see what these twitchy rats picked up, and make sure the idiots aren't wearing any parts as jewelry. Okay, she's definitely become much more like a regular Asura now. Guild Wars 1 players had their fair share of experiences where they were fighting against destroyers with the aid of golems.
Huh. I haven't seen a working Arco-Magic U-Drive in years.
An Arco-Magic U-Drive. I wonder what exactly an Arco-Magic U-Drive does. Okay, so that's cool. The last part seems really far south. Okay, so we got a little bit of a walk. I guess I can build my minions up here too. I like the idea that the bodies we would find here should be script bodies. But they'll still be the same, obviously. Someone actually pointed out in the comments, the Fiend is a Wind Rider. Of course it's a Wind Rider. Those are like magical creatures, or creatures drawn to magical places, really. They were Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2 creatures. So they do all seem to resemble stuff. This is, you know, some of the Underworld ghosts that we've seen. These little guys are like grave... Actually, they said there was something else. There's also an elite minion, which we don't have just yet, which kind of resembles a Minotaur, by the way. So, little spoilers there. Here, look at a whole golem body. Do any of these guys have anything to say to us? Oh my god, that area looks awesome. Oh, it's a windmill. Yeah, that's like the center of Skritzberg over there. I wouldn't be surprised if the destroyers attack us from there. Funnily enough, what we're watching right now is one of the very rare few only story steps in the entire game to take place within this mountain. Now, if you're leveling up and exploring the world regularly, you can come in here and see various things. But in terms of actual core story, this is mostly getting. It's funny because it's only for Sylvari characters. I don't really remember any Asura story steps that take you here, even though it's like the Asura and Skrit that are paired together more than anything else. All right, Lara, here's your last piece.
That's it. The crystal core. That's the last thing we needed.
Well. Oh, there you go. Look at the animation. That's awesome. Okay, so she builds up. We ready?
There we go. This golem's functional. Now then, shall I set its weapons for deep fat fry and point it at those annoying rats?
Lara, imagine you were back in the crate cage waiting to be eaten. It's the same here. We must protect the weak from the merciless.
I've noticed that this Cariflower's story, this line through the game, has a lot of defense missions. A lot of them. We just keep doing the same ones. Is it ready? Does it work? Turn it on. I want to see. All right. Well, here we go. Where's Tegwin? Is she just buggered off? Tegwin? Hello? Oh, no. She was hiding over behind the golems, and now she's running around a whole ton. That's Karis that's over there now. I guess it's because everyone's, like, following us. There's Tegwin. Tegwin, don't move. You wouldn't really hurt the Skrit, right? They haven't done anything to us. What do you know about destroyers? What are these golems? Where do they come from? I think we already did all of that, right? So, cool. Lara, what are you waiting for? Fire up the golems and let them loose. Why do I get the job of firing them up? Well, here we are. So, as I mentioned, in Guild Wars 1, we had a fair share of moments where we were defending against destroyers with golems, and back in that game you could configure the golems to be one of 3 modes, like ranged support, heal support, or like melee support. And well, they kind of do a similar, like, this is a definite nod back to that mechanic, because it says operational power levels on overload, please specify energy shunt, might, protection, or fury, and we get 3 choices. So might would make us do damage, fury would make us crit more, I guess, protection would reduce all of our incoming damage. Let's go with protection. Does that give it to our minions as well? That would be crazy. It looks like it gives it to all of the other golems. Command confirmed. Shunting excess power to defense systems. Okay then. Now find and eliminate any destroyers in the area.
Searching for destroyers.
Oh my god, they found them straight away. You might have been wondering why we're just at our leisure to build golems before the attack, but I guess it's because we actually root the destroyers out. It's almost like we're attacking them. Oh my god, here they are. So here we go. We've got lots of little destroyer crablings. Obviously, we're still pretty early in the game, so I wouldn't expect to see any utterly ridiculous destroyers here. And at the end of the day, these are just Skrit. I'm not sure how much effort...
Destroyers! Defend yourself!
I'm not sure how much effort Primordus would really put into taking these guys out. Okay, so back up the hill. What do we got here? This is a destroyer troll. You can see that they come out of these flaming burrows in the ground. At various points in the game, you can actually destroy some of those for heart credits and things like that. We'll dip into Shroud for a second.
That's refreshing.
Oh my god, there's quite a lot of them, actually. Jesus. I love those electric things over there. There was some concept art before the game came out that they, like, animated, and it looked exactly like that. They say that one of the biggest things about Guild Wars 2, like, visually, is that it did really well making its concept art come to life. In fact, if you remember the first trailer we opened this entire series of videos with, it has that amazing shot of Divinity's Reach that looks like the concept art and then just turns into the game. And those things over there, they match that up extremely well with some of the art that they've done with the game.
That didn't take so long. Nicely done.
Alright, I'm glad you think so. Cool. So that's the whole attack. Fine, so now the BATs are just walking around. BAT 9929. They did get quite low on health, actually, so the protection might have seriously helped them. That's, like, kind of brilliant. If we mouse over it, it says that incoming damage is decreased by 33%. Sorry, I thought it was 40% because one of the classes can upgrade it later. But, alright, so now we've got to help Tegwin examine the mirror. Wow, have they just all ran away really, really quickly? Jesus. They're really not waiting around for us on this instance, right? I'm so used to being the leader in charge and everyone following on our every move. But here, poor Carrotflower just getting left in the dust every time. In this, kind of creepy even. Actually, do you guys think this is creepy? As far as underground areas go, I'd say a scratch isn't that bad. Right, here they all are. You guys had best be thankful.
It's magnificent. Look at the detailing on the silver frame. There's something moving inside the mirror. Behind the... I can't quite see. It looks like... Why, that landscape, it looks like ore.
Uh-oh. It looks like ore? Tegwin? Tegwin, it doesn't seem smart to go near the mirror. Tegwin! Hey, we had Karis cry in the background. I don't know if you guys picked up on that. It was very, very subtle.
What happened? Where did Tegwin go? Oh, Brambles. Did the crate take her again? Valiant, help!
The crate are nowhere near us, you yammering salad. That mirror must be cursed. Tegwin looked into it and vanished.
That's definitely not good. Even if I knew how to undo a curse, this mirror's Orion. It's far more powerful than I can handle.
We have to take it to Traherne. He's studied ore since the early days of the Savari. He'll know how to help Tegwin.
I was studying forced material transference long before that walking fern fell off the tree. Come to my lab instead. I'll locate your missing green bean and have her back here in no time.
You're very clever, Lara, but Traherne's a firstborn. What do we do? Valiant, you decide.
The mirror itself, I know you guys are desperate for me to come up to it. They don't actually have reflections in. Neither do they actually have... Actually, mind you, there is something of a landscape back there, it feels like. And that is not a reflection of the scratch we're in. So what do you guys think? Is that actually ore, do you think? I like how it pulses and moves slightly. It's really cool. This artifact, this is not the only time we will see this artifact, by the way. Okay, so we get a choice. This is kind of a cool moment. Most of the time in this chapter, chapter 2, the game gives you a choice, like, in the middle of the chapter. But here, we get a choice that is the end of the chapter. What we pick here, the chapter will conclude with, which I kind of like. Here's Kispik, who has something to say. He did what? Mirror is bad! You take mirror! Take! Don't want! So look, we don't even have to trade anymore. He just wants us to get rid of it. Fine, I'll take it. Don't you worry about that. And then that's the Skrit and the Destroyer sort of stepping out of the story here. So, Karis, what... Well, hold on. First, let's talk to Lara. What do you think? She says, why hesitate? Get the mirror back to my lab and Zap Power will get your buddy back. Huh. How do you propose we do that exactly? I mean, you are smart, you are an Asura, and I would bank on the Asura being more intelligent than the Silvari. Give it a few years, the Silvari might overtake them, I don't know, but, yeah. She says, simple. That mirror's a planned teleportational bisect mobile, just like an Asura gate. Who knows more about gateways than Asura? Well, what do you think about talking to Traherne first? She says, look, I'm sure your plant buddy is very knowledgeable about ore or whatever, but this isn't about gates. Sorry, but this is about gates, not zombies, right? Okay, so we could do it her way, or we could come to Karis, who says, this is terrible, what do we do? Find Traherne? He'll yell at us. Or maybe Lara's idea has merit. I don't know. Valiant, what say you? I love how she thinks it's the freaking crate again. She really is as dumb as a rock. This is going to be one of the most stupid main characters that they've ever done in the series. Oh, I don't know, actually. There's some joke characters in the original game that were pretty dumb as well. Anyway, Lara's right here, volunteering to help. We could take her up on that. Lara's clever and knows a lot about magic, but how does she know about ore? Oh, Carrotflower, I don't know what to do. Our other option is to take the mirror to Traherne. Nobody knows more about ore than Traherne, but he'll be angry that we activated the mirror. Maybe we should fix the situation before we talk to him. That's another angle as well. Interesting. So what would you guys do? I must say, the first time I ever did this story, I actually picked Lara because I thought the whole gateway thing, I was really excited to see where that would go. But this option here with Traherne means we get more Traherne and also some more stuff at the Pale Tree, which I really like. So let's talk to Traherne. I do think this is smartest. He can definitely help. Let's see what we got. Maybe if you're a Sylvari only player, you've never seen any of the other stories and you're really interested in the Asura, you might go with Lara here to learn more about them and Asura Labs and stuff. And that does take you to another area of Brisbane that's cool. But I want to go back to the Pale Tree and see exactly what's going on here. So we'll take the Mighty Pants. That gave us a level. We hit level 22. The game teaches us about combo fields, which is very nice. And, yeah, we're done. Cool. What does Lara say now that I decided to side with the plan? Figures. You peas, stick close to the pod. Well, good luck with it. Thanks, Lara. Maybe I'll see you around. I think that's her exit from the story here as well. That's amazing. I'll get the mirror to Traherne. You meet me there. And, he probably doesn't say anything different. No, he doesn't. All right. Goddamn, Tegwin. This all started with us saving you, and now we have to go and save you again. So let's go all the way back down via waypoint. The Asura at least helping in that regard. To the Pale Tree and see what Traherne has to say. I hope we won't be scolded too badly. I mean, we didn't activate it. Tegwin activated it. And at the end of the day, Traherne is Tegwin's mentor. So if he didn't teach her well enough to stay away from Orien artifacts, that's not on us. I'm happy to say that that's fine. So Traherne is still here. We want to continue our story, A Vision of Darkness. The Pale Tree is everywhere her children are, but here, high among the branches, visitors may commune most directly with her and hear her song. Alright, so what do we got? It's very quiet up here. Usually you can hear the song, but no, it's just extremely somber. I never really looked up here, by the way. Look at the heart of the Pale Tree up there. It looks kind of crazy. Just the shape of this tree is really high fantasy and weird. Oh, there's the music. Okay, anyway, what do we got?
Tegwin, I can see her in the mirror. Tegwin, can you hear me? Hold on.
Valiant, you're just in time. Karis told us what happened. I've been studying the mirror, but the magic is beyond me. If we are to rescue Tegwin, we will need the Pale Tree's help.
Please help me, Mother. Tegwin is my friend. I'm lost without her. She taught me how to be a warden. She taught me everything. I know that I'm not very smart, but she's always been good to me. I can't let her be trapped forever in such a horrible place. My best friend is in terrible danger. I wish she was back in the crate cage.
Have courage, my child. The mirror's magic is not unknown to me. Tegwin is still alive, though she is very far away.
Don't lose hope, Karis. Tegwin needs us to be brave.
Well said. Hope is more powerful than any weapon. It is a light in the darkness, a star to lead us home. To rescue her, you must step through the mirror into Or and find Tegwin there. Traherne and I will keep the portal open so that you may return. Hurry, Valiant. If Zaitan's servants discover the portal, they could use it to enter the grove. I cannot allow that.
I understand, Mother. We will be swift.
So much darkness, so much evil. How long can Tyria survive with this blight upon her soul? The mirror's enchantment is powerful. Be brave, my children. I am with you.
Go. I'll stay and defend this side of the portal. Should any of the Risen try to enter the grove, they will meet my blades.
This is so cool. Honestly, I really geek out. Having an instance with the avatar of the tree, Kaith and Traherne all here together, having dialogue together. This is like, you know, the coolest of the Sylvari stuff going on right now. And yes, we do get to visit Or. Now, what I was hoping when I first played the game and I picked to go with the Asura was I was hoping you'd get to go to Or because of the whole Asura Gate things. Turns out in this instance you get to go to Or too. It's just the characters and circumstance around it are very different. And so we've got Traherne and co. Can we actually speak to them before we go?
Pale Tree Guide.
He says, we'll hold this portal as long as we can. Find Tegwin, do not delay. Remember, he can't really fight, so he just helps hold open the portal. That leaves just Kaith to defend and maybe Wardens, right? Can you imagine if Orions just got to flow straight in here at the tree immediately? So yeah, we see here that the Pale Tree understands portals to ore and stuff, and here she's kind of... It looks like the mirror's shattered, if anything, but she's actually created this like conduit in this pathway there. This will not be the only time in the story that is somewhat relevant. So she speaks again. She says, "Quickly, my child, the portal is unstable. I can't keep it open for long. I'll be as swift as the wind." And Karis, you coming in with us? She says, "After you, Cariflower. I'm too nervous to go through first. I'll watch your back just like I watch Tegwin's." Alright, so guys, this is an endgame area we're about to sneak into. We're going to war. God, it looks a bit grimy and nasty. Doesn't look too good. These big rings, it's kind of black, it's hazy, can't really see very well. And here's the portal.
We've got to find Tegwin. Please, Pale Tree, let her be safe.
Alright, so here we are. We are at a place called Minas Hallows. So remember, the people who actually long ago lived here and built all these ruins and things you can see, ancient humans, they were humans that lived among gods. And so this area, Minas Hallows, Desmina was one of the first followers of one of the gods, the god of death, Grenth, and we're here. It's a truly nasty, distant place. It's also, like, got a lot of grey, like, dark filtering on here that we won't necessarily always...
We've got to find Tegwin. Please, Pale Tree, let her be safe.
We won't necessarily always sort of experience ore under this palette, shall I say. But yeah, so there's all kinds of different places we could go. We're just going to follow the path that it seems the devs want us to. We're going to get our minions up straight away.
So this is all? It's so dead. I've never seen anything so dead.
Yeah, it's like the land itself is just extremely dead. Very little moving, just like this weird, horrible floating dust in the area. And, ooh, it's just not very... Here we see coral and things. Remember, this was a land under the sea that was raised by an undead dragon. So you see a lot of, like, underwater-looking things that's now corrupted.
Is that a giant sea urchin? A giant undead sea urchin? Is nothing sacred?
A giant undead sea urchin. See, she sees the stuff at the same time as we do. It's so cool. Creepy and dark and silent.
What are those things? This place is horrible.
Okay, so we get some dead hands. Creepy, certainly. Oh my god, they're actually throwing a lot of rocks and things at us. Wow. Lots of dead hands. Well, if we can get our minions up, we can hopefully have them take the brunt of it. Look at how many they are. They're actually firing a lot of projectiles. If we move up and go into Death Shroud as well, we can kind of break a lot of them all at once. I actually really like this. Cariflower the Necromancer getting to go to freaking ore. If anyone's going to feel at home here, Cariflower probably feels a bit better than most Sylvari would in this area of the world. And remember, this is the nasty, horrible place that Traherne has visited many times, it seems.
Look out!
Oh, by the way, a minor correction. Okay, so we get some undead, some risen. You'll notice that one of them's a risen pirate. Again, remember, the whole place was underwater, so whatever undead are here, pirates would make sense. In a previous video, I was talking about Traherne. Kaith said that only Traherne and her brother... only she and her brother Traherne had ever seen the undead Elder Dragon Zaitan. And I said, oh, I wonder when that happened or whatever. I think the point was, Kaith was talking about in the dream. Yeah, she saw it in her in a vision for a wild hunt or whatever in the dream, and Traherne has seen that as a part of his wild hunt as well to cleanse ore. I think that's what they were getting at. I don't think they were setting up an idea that there's a moment in the previous 25 years that Traherne and Kaith saw the dragon, but they might have, and I'm just forgetting it. Kaith spent most of her time traveling with a different member of the Firstborn, not Traherne. Kaith used to spend most of her time with a different one altogether, one we haven't met yet. In fact, you heard in the short story at the start of today that, the start of yesterday, that Caledon looked to Kaith and someone else, but they weren't at the tree. so they couldn't offer their input when the Asura had first met the Silvari and attacked them and wounded Malamedes. So here we get lots of risen spiders. You do find unique varieties of risen here in Ore. These are some of the much more minor ones, thankfully we can say. Whether we'll be fighting dragons in this early game story step, I can say pretty conclusively that we won't. We can take these out, and I think that's fine, you know, we gotta have stuff to look forward to. They can't just throw it all and reveal all of Ore here right at the start. Tegwin's really far away from the mirror. She must have wandered pretty far. Here you can see some old broken ships and things in amongst the architecture. More spiders again. These guys are actually kind of hard to kill. You can take this brute out, grab this brute while we're at it, since a lot of what we do is area of effect, AoE. If we can grab them all at once, then that means we can kill everything a little bit quicker. Thankfully, they're much more focused on taking out our minions than us, which is good. More pirates. You look at the minimap, you can see we're actually getting into this opened glade area. That's a plague carrier. He'll explode if he gets close to us, so I want to focus on him and kill him before he can. Oh my god, look at how many undead there are. They're just everywhere out there. Jesus Christ. And Tegwin's out in this? I don't want to fight through all of this. Oh my god, okay, the undeads, yes, are quite dangerous. They do a lot of damage, but let's pull back slightly. Go on the minions, not me. I'm hiding in Death Shroud. This is what you do best as a Necro. I'd be dead, by the way. If I was on Casey right now as an Ellie, that damage we just took, that would have killed us. Without a doubt. Oh my god, Karis went down from that as well. Maybe we over-aggroed a bit there. We actually have to start being careful in these dangerous areas. Karis, up you get. You must be brave. I love that the pale tree... There's Tegwin. Okay, so we don't have to fight the entire way through. We can just sneak here on the left. There's a pirate up there, but maybe we can see past him. I love what the pale tree said about that hope is a star. It's a guiding light, you know. We hear her talk about celestial bodies like that a lot. Stars. Okay, she's created an emergency barricade. Let's break through it. Good job there, Tegwin. Very impressive. Hi. Are you... Oh, she looks really sad. Are you okay?
Tegwin, I thought we'd never find you. I thought Zaitan was going to chew you up and eat you.
Karis, you came after me. Again. Did you touch the mirror too? What were you thinking? At least I knew you were safe in the Caledon Forest. Now we're all trapped here.
We're not trapped. Traherne and the Pale Tree are keeping the mirror's portal open, but there isn't much time. If we hurry, we can escape Ore and arrive safely in the grove.
You're not kidding? We can go home. Thank the mother. Karis, you crazy brave girl, stay close to me. Ore is not the kind of place that tolerates mistakes. Swiftly, Valiant. Lead the way.
Suppose we're lucky Tegwin knows a bit about Ore already, right?
Hurry. We've got to get out of here before Zaitan finds us.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hurry. We've got to get out of here before Zaitan finds us.
I like how her fear is that the Elder Dragon itself is going to swoop down and attack us. I think that just the fact that even the very land itself is throbbing.
There. That's the valley where we started. The portal must be close.
Is throbbing and pulsing with undead abominations. It's the only thing that really scares her is the Elder Dragon. I suppose if you were Zaitan, though, and you realised there was Silvari in your midst, you might be quite angry about that, and you might try to do something very quickly. It seems right now he's kind of inattentive, though, so that's good for us. This is definitely the valley we're in. I'm looking at my minimap and noticing that it says...
I don't think they watered this place very well.
They did, Karis.
Oh, that's brilliant. This
Thank the Pale Tree. Let's get out of this rotted place.
This story step's hilarious. That's so strange. Yeah, they did water it well. It was underwater for a long time. That's funny. And Tegwin would know that because she studied it. Okay, let's use some minion abilities. We haven't done that for a while. Get some blinds and things out.
This place. I'll never forget how hollow it feels.
She'll never... Oh my god! That's a lot of spiders. Whoa. I always, throughout the many videos I've made over the years, whenever spiders end up on them, inevitably there's someone in the comments saying they can't watch anymore because they get like arachnophobia from it. But usually in RPGs and stuff, they're like giant spiders. Here we get the feeling of tons of little ones crawling towards us. Did that hit anyone? Did anyone really feel really bad about that? I'd be curious to know. Oh, here's another wave, guys. I mean, to be honest, in real life, I don't do very well with spiders either, but I've just never really... That's never resonated or affected me in-game. Wow, they died so quick, though.
Eyes in the darkness. Great glowing eyes that cut into my soul.
Christ, that's pretty scary. Oh, she's a mesmer. I didn't even realize she was a mesmer. Great glowing eyes that cut into her soul. I wonder what she saw. Was that just before she made the barricade, perhaps? So basically, every one of our marks can hit 5 spiders at once. So this is really good for clearing them. As you can see, there's tons of them here. It's mostly just full of spiders right now. They really go for the scary angle with ore. Oh my god, even more! At least they're really weak and don't manage to get too much damage on us before we kill them all. And many of them are just running past, going for the meat of my minions, which is great. You would think they wouldn't do that, being undead themselves. Yeah, these aren't just spiders, they're undead spiders, right? Oh my god, do the waves ever end? This is amazing. Are we just supposed to run through? There's the portal.
There's the portal. I hope we get there in time. I want to go home. It's been too long. I'm going in after them.
Okay. Oh my god, that was Keith.
Look, just beyond the surface of the mirror, there's a river.
That's
It might be them. Yes, there. I see the Valiant. I think I can make out Tegwin, and Caris too.
Have courage, my children. You are almost home.
Hey, they were watching us on the other side. There you have it. Beautiful. I wonder if Keith was actually having to fight here then. We're out. Don't worry about those undead. They're mine. They'll be fine. Oh, hello everybody. That was not nice.
Safely home. Now, Traherne, close the portal and we shall all be safe once more.
Thank you, Mother. I speak for us all when I say we're glad to be home.
That place was foul, cold and hopeless, like a murdered soul. I can feel its chill in my spirit.
Be at peace, my daughter. You're safe now, and soon the warmth of the grove will cheer you.
Stay near the pale tree for a while, little sister. In time, your spirit will heal again. Trust me, I know this well.
The dragon's corruption is a blight that sickens the heart. If we do not stop Zaitan, the entire world will wither and die.
I understand what you mean now, Mother. We cannot allow the dragons to exist, even if it costs us our lives.
Valiant, I am proud of your courage and your conviction. Though you have seen horrors, you now understand our greatest weapon against them, hope.
Thank you, Mother Tree. I will think on this. When you need me again, I will be ready.
Come, you've been through too much. Let us return to Anwen.
I don't know if I can face the undead. This awe has shaken me.
Then I'll hold the beach while you find your footing.
And when did you become such a fierce warden?
You taught me well.
Oh, that's so nice. They're going to go back to Anwen together. The Pale Tree keeps saying this nonsense, like, oh, hope is what matters. I don't think it was hope that mattered there, love. I think it was the fact that we were badasses and we went in there and fought for what we wanted. It irks me so much that the Pale Tree goes on and on and on about that. By the way, that reminded me somehow, I think because Keith's around, back when we defeated Bersalak, she gave us this letter. It said, Bersalak was a powerful foe and you bested him in fair combat. Be proud of yourself. So yeah, we never just quite read that, so I thought I'd do that now. So there you go, that's the end of the chapter. Really nice. Tegwin, Valiant, you are my salvation. I never would have made it home without you, even if the horrors of that place are now seared into my mind. Get some rest, Tegwin. Try to find peace. Now, just to be clear, guys, you might think, oh, so that's ore. What we saw in that instance, that little hint, that little snippet, was a tiny, weeny little section of one of the areas of ore, which, at the end of the day, is a pretty vast region made up of several maps. And even this area here is actually explorable. It's just kind of in a weird way, which we'll deal with in a long time. So yeah, there's a lot of exciting things to see in ore, and we get to see just a little bit of the ruins and the architecture here. Caris,
all things have a right to grow.
Says, that place was like a horrible nightmare. I hope I never have to go again. Not ever. It's all right. Tegwin is safe. It's over. Try to relax. The tree? I'm grateful to see you safe under my boughs and branches, yet one day I know you will return to ore. I hope it will not be soon. Jesus. Can you tell me more about ore and the mirror? How do you think Caraflower feels right now? Do we is our soul murdered here, or do we feel ready to continue fighting on? It's a foul place, she says, and the mirror is a dangerous artifact, but we may need it again someday. So remember this mirror, guys. What will happen to the mirror? Well, it will be kept safely away until the time comes when, perhaps, we'll find a way to use it against Zaitan. That's good to hear. Thank you, Mother Tree. And indeed they will. You will one day cast your minds back on this moment and be like, oh yeah, okay, cool. And if this is your second time watching the series after watching the entire thing through, you might just think to yourself, I know where that's coming. Traherne.
Are you well?
I am, thank you, Traherne. He says, I know all. Right, he was so knowing and cool there. I know that your spirit will heal. I've done it many times. I know the devastation you have seen. It haunts my mind day and night. I'm sorry that you must bear that image. My wild hunt is to face the dragon. Better I know now what it means. That is true. And you're not alone. Kate's hunt is akin to yours. So is my own. There are others as well, among all the races. What others? 3 powerful orders fight against the dragons. The Vigil, the Dermot Priory, and the Order of Whispers. You'll learn more about them eventually. And eventually, very soon actually. Kate.
The world is for exploring.
I see you are unharmed with both Karis and Tegwin. An exceptional job. I tried to hurry. Tell me, did any of those monsters come through into the grove? She says, thankfully no. You were quick and we were all very lucky. I'm just glad it worked. Now let's put that mirror away and never touch again. It's amazing to think that we could have just cack-handedly tried to do that with an Asura. Had we gone with the other option, but there you have it. So, that is basically the conclusion of Chapter 2. Let's look at our story journal as well here. Or is a dark and ugly place. Tegwin is safe, but we were all greatly sobered by the experience. Is it my future truly to defeat the master of that horrible land? Well, we will see. So with Chapter 2 done, we do now move into, you just saw a snippet over there, Chapter 3, Justice for Rhiannoch. And as far as the Sylvari story is concerned, the good stuff keeps coming. You heard Rhiannoch alluded to very briefly in one of the short story segments at the start of these videos. And you're about to learn a lot more in the upcoming episodes about the first Sylvari ever to die. Thanks very much for watching, guys. And I'll see you with more adventures with Carraflower tomorrow.
So, let me get this straight. These Hylic are yellow, the ones to the northeast and far south are red, the Hylic to the west are orange.
Right.
The Hylic to the southeast are green, and we even saw a blue one earlier not far from here.
Right. The blue ones and the green ones are nice, the orange ones and the red ones are mean, and the yellow ones are sometimes nice and sometimes mean, depending on their mood.
I wish they were all nice and there was a purple one that sang and danced and gave out candy.
Me too. But unfortunately, this is the real world, not some fantasy land.
You're like a fawn. So fast.
You snore as loud as a boar.
I do not snore.
Yes, you do.
Look at that. That footprint is enormous. Do you think it belongs to a char?
Either a char or a baby dragon.
I hope it's a baby dragon. They're less frightening.
I think Kaith is lonely without Violin. She smiles less often these days.
Her heart is sore. I know I'd be lost if one of you went away.
Not me. I'd say good riddance.
Ah,